Chat, FYI. Snakebite was asked to fill in for OpTic Gaming, and he wants to play this weekend. His team can't. So he is with the green wall. It's not that deep. SLC Open Series number 2. Cycle and last shot. Play with Bound and Legend. It's reps for money. Enjoy the Halo. Pick and mix. Shake it up. LVP. Love that. LVP sighting here on LVT. As we get set here for game number 4. OpTic up 2-1 in the series, but Space Station, they got life.
That newest map in rotation. So far, it seems like teams have been really opting for those A-B holds, keeping C as that tertiary spot to try to keep players spawn trapped for the most part. We'll see how that plays out this time around as OpTic SSG go blow for blow.
First points secured for SSG. My OCD's triggered by the 75 percentile we see on it. Finally gets reset as Space Station maintains control of it. Formal wants the snipe, but Stellar does too, and he earns it outright. Stellar does get traded and cleaned up ultimately as the sniper's still up 1 minute into the match. I've been noticing that a lot on Lattice, Garrett. The sniper's not an easy pickup, especially just out there in no man's land, up high as well.
Well, are they just like dumb? Like, why don't they just pick it up, man? Like, it's right there.
I mean, easier said than done. You ever heard that?
Well, I mean, Stellar just did it. Could have done that a minute now. He's looking for headshots.
Why didn't you just do that 60 seconds ago, bro? You'd probably be winning 45-9 instead. Anyways, Stellar has the snipe. Garrett has the jokes. And now Formal. He wanted it off the rip. It was a Formal versus Stellar 1v1 for the snipe. Now the rightful owner has it back in his hands.
I mean, they got the A-B hold, and now this is really dangerous for Space Station. If they don't find a quick out, they could be finding themselves trapped here for quite a while. I love that coordinated pressure towards B to get Formal out of their position, but everyone kind of just left allocated to defend for B by himself. He'll go down, but really just a distraction to let Stellar get to A, and that should be a flip out for Space Station.
Enemy team scoring.
41 and rolling. 29 for OpTic as Formal has 4 shots in the snipe, but he's not able to make much use out of it. Suppress takes him down. Eco now calls bank. A la Steph Curry. The Bound escapes that. He just blew up there, actually. A little delayed, it felt like. As fall off in the no man's land. Suppressed with the QT back into the hill, but he gets taken down as quickly as he activated the QT.
Double kill.
With that, I mean, Legend just getting his damage in. Eco goes down. Triple for Legend, and the spawns are looking tough for SSG. Stuck at the back of C still, and this A-B hold remains to be a pretty dominant position. You can see how tough it's been for SSG to get their break out of these spawns.
Legend. The crack kid with the crack shot. Gets that one through the gap.
Formal saving his life. Oh my, Formal. Oh, they flipped out these spawns. I don't know if I necessarily like this. They have Formal that's going to be able to cover B, and peek the head, it's gone. They go for total control, but Space Station going to have that blue room access, and that gives them at least opportunities to get inside both A and B. So OpTic going to flip out this map. We'll see if it works.
Whew. Formal's eating up. 3 down on each side. It's 1v1 between Formal and Suppress. Suppress, though, inside of B. He'll claim it. Formal has such disciplined reticle action. The no-scope we saw on your screen, despite what looked like a hard scope from Formal, was achieved because he has that reticle lined up at the head before it even peeks around the corner.
Oh, my Suppress just got beautiful timing onto those 3 players. There was nowhere for them to go. And we have to think back to when they pushed out those C spawns. We still haven't seen OpTic Gaming quite recover their spawns from there. They've been corralled at C, and now it's Space Station that's taking their opportunity to try to push into C. They're going to go for total control, but while they pushed up, Snakebite got that flipped out spawn. He was able to get to A, and OpTic Gaming wasting no time getting total control of their own.
And you give Snakebite an inch, he's going to take a whole mile, and it turns into that for OpTic Gaming with control of A, B, and C. A, though, filtering back into SSG's favor. It doesn't look like a strong grab. They're having some trouble with it. And Snakebite makes sure that that continues on with the frag toss. Now he's going to try to clean up here on his Stellar. Oh, my God! The frag was waiting at his feet, but he QTs to safety, but not for long as he eventually gets taken down, but not before OpTic Gaming double up on the lead.
Bound is so scary. I'm not gonna lie. He was flying into the face of Suppress, but never had enough damage to get that kill.
Enemy
Instead,
team
Space
score.
Station able to flip out those spawns, A, B, in their control once again. By the time OpTic Gaming's trip cap is done, they're able to take a 132 to 60 point lead. But SSG seems like they're pretty quick on to getting into their hills. Like they're not necessarily letting OpTic have a lot of breathing room here. Do they read this
OpTic go
spawn?
3 down. And this is the door opening for SSG to come back as they have 80 and roll into their name. A stagnant 132 for OpTic Gaming, and it might just start ticking 2 for 2 as SSG secure the trip cap. How long can they hold, though?
That was really smart by SSG. I love the play, right? So they go for total control. They leave blue open, but they're very aware that it's open. So you saw 3 of the players from Space Station turn their reticles back and collapse in on those spawners of OpTic Gaming while their 4th player captures C. Gets them that total control, but look at this. OpTic Gaming, a little triple dilemma here. They get inside all 3 hills. They're able to capture 2 of 3, and they find their break relatively quick.
Pretty even, dead even in the slays. A momentary 4-kill advantage for SSG. That was counted up right before they went 3 down. So we'll imagine it's a +1 kill death disparity for SSG, but they're staring at a minute-plus deficit. So OpTic Gaming, based on that storyline, has clearly been better objectively. Despite the repulsor not able to stay alive, Sniper is back up, and SSG are back on the respawn screen.
And Legend has a chance to pick up the snipe and just pressure spawn. Stellar just not looking towards that, wasn't aware of Legend's position, and you can see now Space Station pretty much corralled. They don't have lots of options here on how they want to move. They're going to all opt to go towards A. That'll be their home for now, but I don't know if it's necessarily going to be a long-standing home.
Legend not long for that sniper as it drops from his hands. Eco drops to the floor. Down with the double kill, takes down Falcon as well. It's an even 2-2 split right now. This is where the objective efficiency really shines. Suppressed should be able to claim B. He does. Captures the zone and the slay onto Legend. Now pushing into bound. Going to be a 1v1 between Suppressed. I think he has help over his right shoulder, though. And I think his glance over his right shoulder was him waiting for it. And he does have the help. It's Stellar. But he can't clean him up. Actually gets the trade. Does that member of OpTic Gaming. And that was massive. That should have been a 1v2 advantage that SSG came out with 2 on top. Instead, they lost both.
So, like, when you make plays in Halo, a lot of times it's goal-oriented. The goal of pushing into C there is to get the total control, to get the trip cap. When you let Bound get 2 of you and trade out those kills, your goal becomes null and void. Like, there is nothing to take good from that. Instead, you give OpTic Gaming a lot of spacing to work with. They'll flip out A, B once again, and now they just need 25 more seconds of hill time in this game, and series is over.
Need B. SSG get it. And more importantly, they get the 4 down. A clean wipe. Stellar go for the QT here, sensing maybe that the spawns are occurring to his right. Doesn't want to grab that. Instead, pushes in towards C. It's a 1v2 you don't want to take.
Suppress was there. I think the timing's just a little bit off. Not a lot of time on this map yet. If he's there a half second later, I think that's a great play by Stellar. They still are able to recover it as C is going to move hands. It's just about finding quick kills here. Stellar from the back rope was able to get 1. He'll find the 2nd double kill. And now things looking very, very dangerous as OpTic goes 3 down. Stellar almost got the 4th. He'll certainly get the comms out to his team.
How many times has this series lit up on the top left or right of your screen in dark yellow and green? Routine 3 and 4 downs via triples and overkills. This series has absolutely delivered. All that we could ask for on top of that is a game 5. Don't want to be too biased. OpTic, though, feeling pretty comfortable in the lead, 224 to a rolling 166. And if SSG can hold, which I feel like they might be able to off of the slays, they could be in a prime position to come back in Formal. Cross map takedown 1, trades out with the 2nd, and 3 go down for SSG. Formal not having his best game, but one of the best moments of the match so far. That was huge.
C's being rotated out at the same time here, so SSG gonna avoid the total control, but time's ticking, right? You don't have that much to work with here. They need to get into these hills quickly.
Nice jump shot, headshot
No one's gonna
there.
trade him? Stellar stays alive? That's shocking to me that no one was there to help Bound in that situation. That's gonna rotate A quickly, and now Eco has an option to push C right away. They do get the
There
kill
we
in
go.
time. They're going to keep AC. That QT gets them back into play.
And Garrett, that's the timing that SSG have been a little misaligned. There we saw the collapse come through. 3 in numbers, perfectly coming around the corners left and right at the exact same time. Because of that, SSG have a chance. They're down by 40 seconds, but they look to continue on with this hold. They've got 4 members still alive and 1 down for OpTic Gaming, momentarily 2. As Legend pushes out towards the A cap point, B gets reset. And now the scoring, regardless of whether or not Legend grabs this, is going to retain in SSG's favor. They've passed the 200s.
Eco, it has to go towards B. He does win those fights. B does not switch hands. Legend will rotate out to C. It's going to be up to Snakebite and Formal on those spawns to find those kills over at the A as Legend tries to hold them off at C. This is chaotic to say the least.
Gotta have it. Geller has it. He gets it. And he should retain control of C, but Snakebite, the objective mastermind with the heads-up play, takes B and puts OpTic in a match point. Chess table is getting a little scattered.
That's a
as
player
it
that's
looks
been
like.
playing for like 20 years. You saw Snakebite just listening there. Like, he's just does such a great job of keeping his reticle down, but still, it is like scoring is coming at a premium here. It is players just jumping into hills, creating chaos.
Yeah. Chaos indeed, but in the chaos, it might be OpTic Gaming coming out on top as they take down 3. Still 2 members on the respawn screen.
seconds.
It's kind of tough when you need to play the video game, but you can't. As OpTic Gaming will ultimately take it. Strongholds on Lattice delivered. A hell of a fight and a hell of a series despite going to that game 5. Games 1 and 2 left a lot to be desired, but the next 2 were a lot of fun to watch.
With that, you can see how chaotic those final points were for OpTic Gaming. They weren't quite able to get them cleanly, but that big lead that they got off that total control they had early in the game, I think paid dividends for them later